SARS-CoV-2, better known as the coronavirus. It completely changed our way of life and is seriously hurting people all over the world. Well, some people. We know that around 80% of those who are infected get mild symptoms and recover relatively quickly. But what if I told you that in the 20% that get seriously ill, the damage was being done not by the virus itself, but by our own immune systems? Coronavirus's main purpose is to use our cells' protein synthesis machinery so that it can make copies of itself. Even the way it breaks into our cells is harmless. It simply mimics a protein that human cells use regularly so that it can attach to the ACE receptor found in our lung cells, like a key fitting perfectly into a lock. Now, COVID-19 does inflict some damage by itself, but most of the symptoms that people experience, especially the ones that get critically ill, occur when the immune system recognizes foreign material inside its cells and mounts a response against it. Most of these symptoms, therefore, body aches, fever, even lung inflammation, are actually just friendly fire. But this level of immune response is normal and necessary, as it rids us of the virus at a minor cost that we can eventually recover from. So what happens when an immune response gets out of control? Well, there are two phases of the immune response of COVID-19. Cytokines, which are regulators of the immune system that cause inflammation to kill the virus, rise to levels that only cause mild symptoms like a cough and fever. So the inflammation caused in this phase is worth the minor symptoms because we live to fight another day. Most people stop here and recover, but for reasons that are unclear, others continue to phase 2, where the body starts to attack its own cells rather than just fighting off the virus. In this phase, uncontrolled cytokine release, called cytokine storm, causes severe damage of the protective lining of the lung, the heart, and blood vessels to a point where it is impossible to recover. Cytokine storm is particularly deadly because it causes acute respiratory distress syndrome, in which tiny lung sacs called alveoli fill up with fluid, preventing oxygen from getting into the bloodstream. It can be fatal, but even if an ARDS patient recovers, the healing process replaces dead lung tissue with tough scar tissue, which can perform gas exchange as well as the healthy tissue. And this process is irreversible. Other ways COVID-19 causes dysregulated immune response are coagulopathies, meaning problems clotting blood. Too much can cause a stroke, but not enough can cause internal bleeding. And Kawasaki vasculitis, in which the immune system attacks medium-sized vessels instead of fighting the virus. This can cause fatal coronary aneurysms. Understanding why some people benefit from their immune response to viruses while others are victims of it will not only help us subdue COVID-19, but forever change the way we handle pandemics in general. Making breakthroughs in immunology today will affect change for generations to come.